Yeah.
So the country took a position based on the erroneous statements by the opposition leader at the time, who is now the prime minister. Good. So the country removed the UNC and they voted you into office. So if the country vote you into office, we don't want you to be telling us every Monday morning that we can't govern because of Kamala. We can't govern because of the UNC. We can't govern because of Anil Roberts. We can't govern because of Rudan Munilal. We can't govern because of Dave Tanku. We can't govern because of Kadisha Amin. We can't govern because of what?
Yeah.
You are placed there at the helm to govern the country. And this is what the citizens of the country continue to accept for governance from a prime minister such as Keith Rowley, who have not bring any policies to the table, which will enhance your life, which will develop your standard of living, and which will develop your constituents or your constituencies. So you will sit down and you have accepted for 7 years Keith Rowley and Fitzgerald Hines and the other idiots standing up to tell you we can't govern because of the UNC. Well, then what you're doing there? What country have a responsibility to remove Keith Rowley for refusing to perform his duty? Refuse. You cannot be a leader and instead you put policies and govern the country. What you do instead is to use of our lies to rule the people and to bring to the table nothing but excuse for your weakness, excuse for your incompetence, excuse for your idiotism, excuse for your arrogant behavior, and you deliver that to the public. And then there's those who would glory in what you say. They will be happy with what you say. I am yet to understand the real synopsis. Let me go with all them words. The real thinking. Cocky, I like to talk because I want the boy and the girl on the street to understand this is not a parliamentary language, and this is what affecting the life, and this is how I going to bring it real to them. Right? We have to do what we have to do. You understand? And this is what must be done. So we'll take the break at the top of the hour here now, and we're coming back. We're coming back right on this topic.
Our goal is to help your business improve its appearance and make your home a safer space. We specialize in deep cleaning, sanitizing, and setting up inexpensive programs to keep your home and commercial space looking great and germ-free. For more info, contact us today. Speak with an expert.
This season of Lent, get more options from Royal Castle with their 3 tasty meal specials. Meals made with the freshest fish, seasoned with the Castle's appetizing Trini ingredients and cooked to golden perfection. Choose from the fish combo, 2 succulent pieces of fish, 1 side and a 16-ounce soft drink, or the fish sandwich combo of a tender, tasty sandwich, 1 side and a 16-ounce soft drink, or even a flavorful veggie combo option of a sandwich, a side and a 16-ounce soft drink. Get more options from Royal Castle. Our culture, our taste for Lent.
Le Grand Coulon Spa Resort at Stonehaven Bay, Blackrock. Bed and breakfast rates available. To book, call 283-2597 or 463-2946. Le Grand Coulon Spa Resort at Stonehaven Bay, Blackrock.
Street Market, your neighborhood supermarket.
Number 3 Andrew Lane, corner Churchill Roosevelt Highway and Andrew Lane, Derby, Mousica.
Opening hours.
Saturday 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m.
Sundays 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. When you think about fresh produce and good quality food, come to Fresh Street Market, your neighborhood supermarket.
Number 3 Andrew Lane, corner Churchill Roosevelt Highway and Andrew Lane, Derby, Mousica.
Come to the Waves Restaurant and Bar, Grafton Beach, Black Rock, Tobago. Great ambience, fantastic prices, all COVID protocols observed. Full premium bar available. Call Waves at 731-4646 to make your reservation. Come dine with the Waves Restaurant and Bar, Grafton Beach, Black Rock, Tobago. You must be vaccinated to dine in.
The local Palooza show and countdown.
Now showing on MCTV.
Hosted by TNT's rock ambassador, Bees High Five, the metal merchant. See and hear all your favorite local rock bands. Keep it rock alive. Rhythms Communications Network. Local Palooza show and countdown on MCTV. The local Palooza show and countdown.
Now showing on MCTV.
U975 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio and Multicultural Television MCTV, bringing you back where you belong. Part of the Rhythms Communications Network. To advertise with us, call 218-7820.
Welcome back. Alright, we're sounding good here now. So my point I'm making is this.
Yes.
Every time you ask the Prime Minister,
Yes.
you ask Hines, you ask Beckos, you
Yes.
ask Regis. I get right this time. I just normally say racist. You know, I get right. You ask Regis,
Yes.
and you ask any one of them, Stuart Young, Alwari, anybody a question. And as you ask them a question,
Yes.
they're going to answer you on the UNC. They're going to answer you. So they shift the question that you ask.
Yeah.
Take the call. Take the call.
Yes.
Welcome, caller.
Evening, Mr. Victor Robert Smokies and Jeffries. How are you going?
We good. We
Very
good. We
good,
good.
Tomato choker,
Tomato choker.
Go ahead, Saina. Go
Sada,
ahead.
Roti and Sahina. Yes, I want to use your medium to address a question to Foster Cummins about Caroni Lance. I want to know why he got preferential treatment to get ownership of land as opposed to all them people who was marching for the land. Remember who caused ruction with the UNC and the marching, the compound? So why they don't go in front of key place and march in front of him and ask him how you get land? You understand what I'm saying? You see what they playing them there? They leave the people outside in the rain who supposed to be in front to get the land, and they give Foster Cummins. So it had two set of garbage collectors in the PNM now, Foster Cummins and the vaccine vagrant. Because nobody collecting garbage. You have a call it Pical or something. So he's a sanitation man too. I go on.
All right, go
Have
on.
a nice-
Man, good night, good night.
You going?
Go ahead, you go ahead, you go ahead.
No, he was making a serious comment, and we now say it to Victor. The ask Foster comments on a couple of questions. Foster, what going on with you? What going on with the land thing?
Yeah.
And before he clarify or how to say the clay name,
Yeah.
he jump up and say, boy, the UNC attacking him. But I want to ask Foster comment something. Don't say Jeffrey attacking you. Don't say douglAR politics attacking you. You understand? Was that your van that we see in the social media videos that is circling? Was that your van? And, you know, when I check the registration, was really your van? I want to know if you report your van stolen. If you understand what I mean, what you go say you're going on Jeffrey or douglAR politics attacking all you. Answer the question now, Foster.
Well, hear this. Let me tell you how clever it is. In Palo Seco, Rowley, we coming back by you, don't feel we forget. In Rancho Quemado, there's a corporation piece of equipment working by a certain consular house. This is what I'm saying good. And you know is the excuse? The piece of equipment working in the area, so it park up there for safekeeping.
No, I want to hit you another point. Now you remember the video where you would have taken with the thing in with allegedly
the CPEP
with AV drilling. You know what people saying concerning that video? That CPEP could cut anybody yard. You could pay for that service.
I have no problem CPEP cutting anybody yard, but I have a problem when you're cutting somebody yard on government time. You understand what I'm telling you? I have no problem when you go and cut anybody yard, But what you're telling me about CPEP could cut anybody yard, show me that within the regulation for the CPEP contractors and the CPEP workers to be cutting A and V yard and getting government pay. That's what I want to know. That is what I want to know. So don't tell me about they could cut anyway. I see CPEP yard. I see CPEP used to be cleaning all the very yard. And let me tell you something. While some of these idiots will come on social media as defenders of the PNM, them idiots can't even get CPEP to cut their yard. But when CPEP cutting the MP yard, that is alright. CPEP could do that. You see how brainwash and bankrupt and doted some people is? So CPEP, all of you who's saying that CPEP is alright, CPEP could cut the yard, you go and see if you get CPEP to come and cut all the yard now. All you bunch of idiots. Go and see, and that's the problem in Trinidad. All they like to condone too much of wrongdoing. All they like to condone too much of corruption. And that is what all you will support. Why all they stand up and support the right thing for once in all their life? And when all the children come out thief and robbers and bandits, you understand? All you talking when the police kill them, but it's all you who encouraging the wrong thing. So when all they encouraging the wrong thing to happen, don't vex when the police kill them. Start to own up and start to support the right thing in the country. All they want good governance, support what is right. That is what all they have to do. Stop supporting nonsense. And Koki, I am telling you, that is the problem in this country. Whatever, whenever you notice something, anytime any one of them PNM officials come out and speak, they talk about the UNC and they get support. And they get support. They get support for that.
Yes, indeed. But why is it they always get through every time? Is it because a race or it's based on race topics and things they say that people choose sides?
Well, Koki, you have it. You come like the new broom. You have it clean. You sweep it clean there.
Because always hearing black. You say black. Why don't you say people?
That is what you will get coming out of them. Because you see, Koki, while I just always have to refer back to the gentleman who speak about we dividing the nation. And I just always pray and hope that he wake up and see that the division is what we trying to fix. But let me tell you what people can't take. They can't take your speaking about the problem. In order to fix the problem, Koki, you have to know what the problem is. You feel you could just, I can't come along you when I start to buck, do. And I want to say, oh God, change it to back wheel, boy. Change it to back wheel, go work good. You have to diagnose what is the problem in order to fix the problem. You feel you could go by the doctor and the doctor say, hey, what happened, boy? Victor Roberts, you see you? I had to get an injection in your foot.
And he ain't touch it yet.
Because your hand not working properly. And I say, yeah, doc, choke me under my foot. You understand? He ain't even examined me to know what is my problem, you know. But he ready to give my injection. That is what the PNM supporters does take and accept. They don't even understand. Koki, let me tell you something. Why you think I'm saying, Corky,
Yeah.
that I am going to be an advocate for the Constitution to be taught in school is for the young people,
Yes.
the youths, not to make the mistake that the parents make.
Yeah.
It's for the youths, Corky, to
Yes.
understand when they're getting robbed. It's for the youths, Corky, to understand what is good governance. It's for the young people to understand, Corky, that they are being deprived and robbed by this government of their future. And
Yeah.
that is why I am going to advocate for the Constitution to be taught in school. Because we the people continue to accept rubbish for governance. We accept old talk, slander, and picong for governance. We accept excuses for governance. We accept a bunch of idiots leading this country, and we will support that. And it's basically just what you say. We, the African people, will support that because of race. And the Indian people who supporting that is because of wealth. Let me bring it again. Kwalabi, you take your call this now. The African people will support this type of idiotism for government because of race. And the Indians who supported the PNM will support them for wealth. The Indians who supported the PNM, they don't care what Rowley do to all you know. You feel them care what Rowley do to all you? Them ain't care. It had an Indian leader in this country. An Indian leader in this country who demonstrate by action that they care about all race in this country. And that is Kamla Prasad Bisesa.
Yes.
You hear what I'm saying to you? Pandey do his part.
He did a great job too.
Pandey
as well. Yes.
did his part.
Mr. Pandey.
But Kamala develop and extend and enhance and expand from Basdio Pandey, and because of her vision, she was able to demonstrate throughout this country without fear and favor that she was a prime minister for the whole of Trinidad and Tobago. I am not saying that there wasn't folks in Kamla Prasad Bisesa government who did wrong. I am not saying that.
Right.
I will never say that. And nobody could get me to say that. But what I know is Kamla Prasad Bisesa took the necessary action to clean up the UNC. And that I am saying is a fact. So when Keith Rowley and these people comes to you and use rhetorics, racial rhetorics to get into your head, and you support that on the outside, let me tell you something. Corky, Palo Seco, where I live in, and I know they tune in. It have people who are nothing and supporting the PNM.
Was something wrong?
Corky, listen what I'm telling you. Palo Seco,
Yeah.
Los Bajo, Santa Flora, Rancho Quimado, Lawrencet, Los Ciro. There are persons.
But are they benefiting something secretly on the side?
Nothing.
Nothing.
They living. You see, there's some words that my mother does slap my mouth if I say.
Yeah.
But they're living in a tutu hole.
What?
A tutu hole. And they support the PNM. I see some PNM activists. They're living on the dirt. And everybody know that. There is some in Labre. They're sleeping on the pitch.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, if I lie, tell me on radio I'm lying.
Nah, you ain't lying. True talk.
Corky, they're sleeping on the pitch. And they're supporting the PNM. What you want to tell me? that is not a racial disease. Corky, let me tell you something.
Yes.
You know why them Spanish and them come to Trinidad? They came to Trinidad to look for betterment.
Right.
You believe that there are persons who supporting the PNM that comfortable living by begging, living by looking for a handout, living, Corky, by day to day, where they can't even, some of them, if you pass the thief in current, the other coming up the road, I see tea and tech by a very well known PNM supporter house with tea and tech police.
Yeah.
And you know what they do now? They cut the wire from off the house. I'm talking about a permanent PNM activist.
All right.
You hear what I'm telling you, Jeffrey?
So it alleged that he was.
It didn't no allege. I'm telling you.
All right. He was thieving current then.
Not he, she.
Okay.
I'm making it more plain.
All right.
Well, not she, them, because a whole family.
All right. Thieving current.
They take the meter first, and when the tea and tech people, they put a plyboard over the
hole is
right. When they come with the police, then people take all the plyboard and they cross a wire from this to that, from that to that, and the house are current. Well, they cut off the wire off of the house now. And let a election bell ring. Let a election bell ring. So what that is, Jeffrey, for a man to live in a condition all his life and never try to seek to make his life or her life better, and never try to improve the life of your children, but you are sick. You have to be a sick individual to be living in a condition. As to the people down on our end, let me talk about we end, because we there, we breathe there, we live there, we know. For them to be living in that condition and not asking for a change, Corky, in representation, not giving the self a chance to breathe, to exhale, to remove the foot off of the PNM, off the neck, and live in that condition. Take the call.
I think the people will change now.
They have to be sick.
I think they're going to do different now.
Welcome, Gola.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Good day.
Good evening.
Yeah, Mr. Roberts.
Yes, sir.
For a brief moment, I thought that person you were referring to was Crow until you said it's a woman. but
and Kola, I know we saw him just now. We come up the road with a CPEP van, all the glass wind up, the hat twist sideways, and the skate trunk by the push on the board. I tell him my daughter, I say, look Coco. Nah, I say Coco.
What is it?
I call the song that he sing. I say, look at Lick Motor. He sing that song.
On a more serious note, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
The day that the Minister of Agriculture, Ramarak, got fired, he started whistling.
Yes.
He said he wrote a letter to the Commissioner of Police. He wrote a letter to the Prime Minister of this country,
and
talking about...
And he said he sent a file too, eh?
Yes. And he sit down in front in by police station and they interviewed him for hours. Now that's the same man who, as soon as he got fired, said he missed his family in Canada for 7 years, and he was glad to get away from here and go and make up some time with his family in Canada. You know,
he coming back?
Before he finished saying that, Rowley gave him a big job to investigate land fraud.
Yeah, he alone.
He alone. You think and that was the end of that. That was the end of all them accusations about land thieving and land.
Yes, sir.
He done all that.
You think this country easy, man?
Boy, brother.
Good evening, gentlemen. Have a nice day.
Right. Boy, brother, that is what this country make up of. I can't understand how we would accept that, boy. Well, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Youths, young people,
Yes.
I'm begging all you tonight. Stand up in Labre with us. Stand up with us. Let us create that bright future. Let us create that bright future. We must decrease. You young people must increase.
Yes.
Fall in with this team. And let us take Labre away from the oppressors. Let us take Labre away from those who continue to make your sisters and in some cases your mothers vulnerable in order to provide a meal. There is a certain counselor who sleep with all who he could sleep with. I want to hear about sleep. You see that Englishman, nice word.
And,
Who sleep?
and don't know who we talking about.
And only in Labre know exactly who we talking about.
Yeah.
Only know who we talking about. Punish all you. All you had to sleep to get a CPAP work. All you had to sleep to clean a drain. All you had to sleep to cut the road, take the call. All you had to sleep. Boy, what kind of people is this? Welcome, caller.
Mr. Victor Robert,
Yes, sir.
it is so sad, real sad, eh? How you talking, and the people can, you see, people know how to treat an addict, you know. If you see a rum addict and he start to cuss and behave bad, you just hold up $20, but don't go and drink rum, eh?
Yeah.
You give him and he cool off. You see, election time, they are addicts, and Mr. Rowley understand how to treat them. Talk about 2 bananas, and they calling all your monkey.
Yeah.
And the next side is donkey. And we, the people accepting this.
Boy.
Oh God, people. Oh God, people. Watch out, Mr. Victor Robert coming on right down to the floor to make all this stand up and watch. People, if we cannot, the grassroots people cannot come together, we are the one to be blamed at all times. We are encouraging evil. This is Mr. Rowley era. And when he finish, he either becomes worse than how you call this one? Who killed all the 2-year-olds? From the Bible.
Yes, Pharaoh?
Nah.
Yes, he was killing all the children and then...
Yeah, Pharaoh was killing all the the firstborn.
Yeah.
All the firstborn, yeah, Pharaoh.
And you see, one thing I could say about Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bisesa, she's one person cut the cake evenly, eh? But when she was within the 5 years, she did have to hold the party together.
The sharks and them.
And they wanted to cut she. The only fella they was Prakash Ramadas stood up with her. And each one of them, she take over in 1.5 years when she started to say, you sit, play yourself. You sit, Mary King, play yourself. You sit and you play yourself. You sit and play yourself. We will take all your back. Simple as that. And look, she take all the money coming from the south. And she developing south. Put a university. Put in all these things for the people. She didn't take taxpayers' money and spend it for nothing. She even fixed Diego Martin. She fixed East, West, and North and South. Everybody had a good time. What we want again, people, is we are the problem, not the people upstairs.
Thank you, Kola. Thank you, Kola. Well said.
And Victor, you make a very good point. Some of these women and them is, when I was small, they used to make sure and cross me the road. When my mother in there, wait now, crossing the road. And to know the cries of some of them had to lie down for a walk, boy.
You serious?
I'm telling you, that wait is there. Some of them had to, if you know that bothering me.
Let me take this one. Welcome, caller.
Good night, caller.
Good night, Mr. Victor.
Yes, sir.
Yes, me and Cocky. Good night. Good night.
Yes, good evening, good evening.
Report here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, report.
All right. Here what? First question. I want all you to ask Mr. Foster Cummins before 2015. How much excavator he had, how much truck he had, how much tobacco he had. And the second one is when they was building the Indian Trail Community Center. Foster Cummings was one of the contractors at tendering. The recognized contractor was tendering also. The day that they opened tender, that contractor wasn't invited. Foster Cummings get the contract. And you know Foster Cummings had to hire the same contractor equipment to do the work. Yes. And the next one, home. Flour mill. Using rat to make flour now. So tell the people and them that be careful with flour mill. What happened, I was in the clinic today, boy. And just as the man started to talk, my name called up. And I lose the man. Right? To get some more information.
Work on it.
They say it have plenty rat. He said that a lady buy a bag of flour. When she opened it, two dead rat inside the flour. Two dead rat inside the flour. When she called flour mill send down people by she to pay she off to stay quiet.
We got to do some, thank you, caller. We had to do an investigation into that because those are serious allegations, and we want to have some facts on that because we're talking about one of the food basket in the country. So we'll have to do some digging into that, Jeffrey.
And Victor, let me tell you something. It have a man who does work directly with this counselor, and he tried to exploit a particular individual. And the hard was to the plan for him and rob him. At that time, he hit the break. But he wouldn't tell the people the truth. He wouldn't tell the people of the community the truth. What he did plan to do with that individual. And that individual says, see that I ain't going through that again. It's too much, I can't take that. And here I tell you know what I'm talking about it. I ain't going to call that name, but you know what I'm talking about.
And this is a serious issue. We cannot accept what is happening in this country today and take that and run. You see, young people, I am begging you young people. I am begging you young people to stand up. And let me tell you something. Don't feel it's all your parents alone, you know. My parents support this nonsense too. My parents support this nonsense too. And I give you the rundown, Jeffrey. My father used to hustle in Dude. It was the press area under Eric Williams before it come to Dude. I tell you, my father was an area foreman in Laventille. You hear what I'm telling you? I even tell you that I born in Curep.
Yeah.
We come down south to live when I had 7 years.
Yeah, say that, 7 years.
Right? It's tongue. I know how the thing does go. My father was a pan man. He gets stabbed in the neck. God alone know how we survive in a pan riot. You understand what I'm telling you? So them support this nonsense too. But the sad thing about this is I remember my parents telling me, Corky, that we have to support this government. The PNM is we party. That is what, and Jeffrey, you couldn't say it better. Like as you're born, they used to whisper in your ears, vote PNM.
Vote PNM. That the truth of it may be sounding like even funny.
I'm telling you, vote PNM. So we grew up with a culture that PNM is ours. That's what we grew up with. And that is what I'm telling all you. Boy, I don't know how to spell this out for you again.
But was there a race kind of comment
it was
in them time too?
Always race, Corky.
And did this stem off us since slavery times? Back
People
in the
only mama guy in themselves. I have a documentary to do on that, Corky. I study the material right now.
All right.
Watch. When you understand what happened coming out of slavery, and when you understand what happened, I even want to go there yet, you know. When they create... Boy, I want to go there yet, Jeffrey.
They have a bombshell with this PNM party, you know. The real origin, the real man who started this party.
But this is also...
It wasn't Dr. Eric Williams, you know.
No.
Did this also come
you feel PNM is a... Boy. I know where you're going to put in the documentary.
Not yet. Not yet. Let me take this call.
Yes.
Welcome, caller.
Thank you, Mr. Roberts.
Yes,
and,
ma'am.
and Kofi. You know, I get the feeling like everything is so orchestrated by the PNM. This is not random or serendipitously done. This is done very orchestrated and calculated. Now, if you remember a few months ago, they were talking about all this legislation about whistleblowing, that a whistleblower should be protected and whatnot. And the next thing you know, Clarence Rambarat, he's got like 50 cases of complaints, probably whistleblowers, who were working in state lands. And all of the crime was in state lands. And who do you find in state lands? Lowly, piddly workers that look like common criminals. Lowly, piddly workers. And Miss Misuse made a comment. She said that sometimes workers' arms are bent because these politicians come in, and if you are a government worker, say you work in the registrar's office or you work in the deed office, something like that, a politician will come in and a minister, and they will want certain things done. And they will go to their supervisor, and the supervisor will come to you, and you now have to violate your code of ethics, your morals, and bend over because you're going to lose your job, you're going to lose your pension. So what do? You go and you bend and you give them the break and the deal, and you violate your code of ethics. And that is why the place is a mess, Mr. Victor Roberts. We can't have this anymore because the bigger thieves like like Foster Cummings, he is part of this whole land deal. And now Clarence Rambarat is going to handle probate, estates, like land problems, and also state lands. This is if they don't see corruption, I don't know how else it could be determined, or visible, because Mr. Foster Cummings, his answer was just ridiculous. Yeah. He literally said, many businesses get lands in Caroni. I was a businessman, I got a land. What makes you so unique than the other villages who have businesses and they want land? What makes you so unique, Mr. Cummings? How did you qualify to get that land? And how did you get your money? Not from a law practice. You know something? Let me tell you something. All that money stays in Port of Spain. It orbits in Port of Spain. It stays there, and it never comes to any small village, even services. And you have to sell yourself to get money in this country from the government. They are raping us. They are raping us every day, and not physically. They are economically raping us. Like an abuser. He's an abuser to this country. And we need to stand up, especially all of us who have some common sense. All right, that was my comment here. He needs to account for that land. We need to know how we end up with that land, because people are waiting for decades for their land, and they're not getting anything.
Thank you very much, Paula. Thank you very much for your contribution. Thank you. And that is the point that I'm making with the CPEP. That's the point I'm making. It will never, you could do what you want as a PNM supporter, you will never get that CPEP gang to come and clean your house.
Yeah.
But that CPEP gang will go and clean the premises of our PNM financiers. And you support that. And you support that. Caroni workers, I remember the running Foster Cummings out of Edinburgh 500.
Yeah.
Running him out as a contractor. I don't know if I can remember that. Wakaman and all of them was down there. Bacchanal in Edinburgh 500.
Running them out.
Yeah, from there as a contractor. Then boom, all of a sudden, that is the man to fight the election for the PNM. And this is what people support. This is what the PNM people support. I am trying to understand, how could in God's name that you could support something that you cannot benefit from? When you look at the beneficiary of governance in this country, they are benefiting, the people who are benefiting is those who finance the PNM. Yes. I am saying to the poor class people in this country, why can't you open your eyes and see for decades that you are just being used as a spade and a shovel? They will not even use you as an electrical tool. They will not even use you as MS Project. They will not use you as an important tool.
Yeah.
MS Visio, they will not use you as those kind of important tool. They will use you as a spade, as a shovel to go down in the mud. That is what they use you to do. That is what they utilize your vote to keep you at the point where you cannot benefit. And how come people in this country could support a government that have punished your grandparents? A government who had your grandparents doing the impossible to survive. A government who punished your parents. And now you people are voting for the government to punish you. Young people in Trinidad and Tobago, you have to turn this tide. You are the ones to turn this tide. I am saying, when you look at the government in response to the young people, killing out the young people, the government do not want to fix that problem. They don't want to fix that problem. That is a part of the problem that the government utilize to keep them in power. The more you could fight and the more you could kill each other is the less you can see the robbery, the rape of the government against you. So the government allows you. The government allows these communities to live in fear. And when you live in fear, that is beneficial to the government. They don't want to move you out of that condition, people. They keep you there. They willfully keep you there, afraid to come out your house, afraid to talk. And then they will utilize the propaganda machine, which is the Guardian and the Express and these media houses, to perpetrate that hogwash into your ears. You know why the print media will do that? They will propagate those kind of information to keep you where you are so that they can benefit. Who you think own these media houses? You think it's Victor Roberts and Renaissance Jeffrey and Corky? No. It's not we. These media houses, they are owned by the P&M financiers. What? It is not we. Watch the people who own these media houses. And the more you fight and kill each other is the less you have time to pay attention as to the real criminals in this country. The real criminals in this country is not the boy or the girl with the gun. They are not the real criminals. The real criminals is those who steal your future away from you while utilizing you to help them to steal it.
You had to call it out and make it plain, innit? Don't hit them in parable, Victor, because you're now telling me earlier on you're talking for the man on the street to understand.
Man on the street.
Tell them who is the
real criminals is the government, the Prime Minister, the Minister of National Security, the Minister of Energy, the former Attorney General, the MP for Arima, the MP for San Fernando West. These people and San Fernando East, they are the real criminals. They are the one that utilize your vote to keep them in power, to steal your future away from you. Open your eyes, youths. Open your eyes. You have to open your eyes. Welcome, caller.
Number is 218-7762.
The night caller.
Yes, Silver Fox back in the house.
Go ahead, Fox.
No, I want to ask a question here tonight.
Go ahead.
How come big people, big man and big woman in Trinidad and Tobago could have Keith Rowley doing them and treating them like dogs? How come big men in Trinidad and Tobago is not standing up against Keith Christopher Rowley? What happened? Always afraid of Keith Christopher Rowley? We have to get up and fight and get Rowley out of power. We just imagine one man turn all our lives upside down, right? And we only sitting down and watching Rowley doing this and Rowley doing that. Rowley go on say he's singing tune now. He's a big star, right? And we just Rowley this, Rowley that. We know the problem. Why we're not standing up and fixing the problem and get together and put Keith Rowley outside? What we waiting on? What we waiting on? We waiting until all of us dead out or something like that? All we studying in Trinidad is carnival. All we studying is carnival. We have a carnival mentality. All we have to stop that. Just imagine you're only going to put carnival for August coming here. August coming here is carnival. And this is what Trinidadians like to come out in their short pants and whine all over town. What all you want again? All you don't want peace, all you don't want good living. But when all you see somebody else striving, all you talking them bad.
Thank you, folks.
All you talking them bad. We have to change that. We have to change that. We living without shackles, but we living in chains. We are slave. We come on the ship and like we are come off yet. What happened to us? What happened to us? I used to think my Trinidad was tough people at one time. I see all of becomes chicken in a pen. What is wrong with my people? Oh God, put a fire in our belly and let we come out now, man. I'm tired of talking. Talking, oh God. Where is the people? Where is the people? Where is the people? If Camilla was there, the tongue be burned down. Tongue burned down because she's an Indian. But with the black man treating it worse than anything else. The black man is the biggest problem in this country. When God make black people, he cry. Thank you.
Oh gosh.
And Fox, if that is true, right now he crying again. If that is true, Fox, right now he crying again. Welcome, caller.
Just one question, please.
Caller, I ain't taking no question from you. I ain't taking no question from you tonight. I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah.
Just now I tell you we deal with that situation. And you call back to tell me I hiding something. So right now I'm hiding from you. I'm hiding from you right now. Yeah. So I go try you tomorrow night, not tonight.
Good night, caller.
Welcome, caller.
Hello, good night.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Robert?
Yes, sir.
Okay? Yeah, okay. You mentioned about emancipation. They have a program doing with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have some information that will enhance your program very, 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 very much.
Take my number, 316-4468.
Yes.
That is my personal cell number.
316.
Yes.
44. Get a paper waiting for you.
316.
44.
44.
68.
68. Okay. Here what I'll give you a little insight in what it is all about, right?
Right.
In 1815, 3 shipload of people came and dropped out in Manzanilla.
Right.
7 villages were set up from Valencia to Manzanilla. I have that whole document with the people that was living there.
Beautiful.
I have that document. And I also have the deed for the land that was given to them by the Queen.
Beautiful.
Right? I have the one with what came in Moruga also. The companies that came in.
Right.
I also have that document where they had settled and everything. And I also have the program dealing with Jonas Muhammad Bath. Who is Jonas Muhammad Bath? He was the man who Bath Street named after. He had freed slave rights in Trinidad during slavery. Nobody could not have buy no slaves in Port of Spain before him.
Right.
He was the person that built Fort George.
He got the best of the crop.
Yeah.
Beautiful caller.
He also had owned Santa Cruz because his plantation was in Santa Cruz. Right? I have all that documents surrounding that because you see what has happened is that the black people don't figure out that we were something of the past. They figure that we were in squalor, and these rich people help us to come where we are today. No, that is not so. So we don't see ourselves as valuable people. So we look down on ourselves and look down on one another.
Good.
Right? We have to uplift the youth. The youth need to know how valuable they are.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? And this is what we, the elders, have to do in helping the youth to know that they are somebody and they are valuable people, just as everybody else, and they are entitled to everybody, just like everybody entitled to land. They too is entitled to land. Right, you know that. That was an order given by the Queen to all the descendants of the slaves. Right, you know that. When I bring that document for you, you will see what it is I'm talking about.
Thanks for your call, caller, and we will stay in touch.
Right? So your number is 316
4468.
4468. Okay, I'm going to put it in now.
Thank you. And the caller is so right.
Yeah.
And they will never educate the youth to show the youth, Corky, how important they are in society because they doesn't want the youth to benefit. Let me tell you something. If the youths rise up and understand what is happening and start to take the rightful place in society, you know what will happen? We will come to the point where the playing field
will be level.
The playing field is what they will... Let me tell you something now, man. Let me tell you something now, man. You feel that this government, this so-called black government, doesn't understand the pros and cons of this whole structure in this country. They understand. They have devised a way where they will use the masses to enrich themselves and to stay on top. In other words, they are the black white man in the country.
So then you're
when
saying...
Kamala called Rowley Oyo, she was wrong. She was wrong. They have brought the word I'm looking for there. They have brought a type of governance to this country where they themselves, they are now the slave masters. They are the owners of us. Take the call. We'll come back right where I say now. Welcome, caller.
Good night, Comrade Victor and Jeffrey and Corky.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good night.
Mr. Victor, sir.
Yes, sir.
After 1953, right? That was after so much 100 years of the abolition of slavery. Eric Williams came into power fighting the colony. And the same thing you're talking about the book. Anyway, let me give them a little touch on it. Right? When they formed the PNM, I'll leave it up after to do your research. When they formed the PNM, it's the same slaves and them what was in Trinidad on a different estate. They took them to the small islands and leave them there with nothing to die. But being a vulnerable people and surviving, they went up the islands. Right? And Eric Williams, when he formed to fight his political party, he started bringing them back in as laborers. Because the indentures had their say over here. And he started to integrate them. But he moved them from the land. Maruga Estate, where it had Africans, Santa Cruz, as we were talking about Chagaramas, and the whole East-West corridor, the Cocoa Estate, all to Cora. Eric Williams made sure he take them out from it, and he gave them dread, do Dr. Eric Williams' duty. And since then to now, he was enforcing the islanders. That is why we can't get the politics right under the PNM. Because these are people with dual citizenship, and they will run back up the islands, and they will come back down here. And if they educate them, how the 1% will get laborers to do the work, to carry on the jobs. So is it modernized slavery for a minimum wage, no benefit, no health plan? And you see what he doing in the whole sector. And this is the whole truth about the PNM. And this one come now, just as the other day when I talk about Mugabe, he want the land now. I only hope some of your friends who is the one from Cascade, he will understand what I'm talking about. And the true policy is to empower people, but they have Rahal and all of them thief land, sell it back to the state, and build housing. So have a nice night.
So, and I will tell you something. there is so much black agenda and black man this and black man that in the country. And if all of these people who propagate this black consciousness and all that, if they wasn't
now some of them, man, I feel it here, you know.
if they wasn't fake, Jeffrey, they would have been teaching the black man the reality of what is happening in this country.
But when we say the black man,
you see, when the
the African man are talking about here now, and I will show you where I'll come in there. I will show you where the separation arise between the East Indian and the African when you refer to either as black people. From a general sense, when you're talking general and you say black,
yes,
you will mean everybody that is not colored.
Colored.
Right?
Not white.
Not white.
If you're not white, you're black.
All right?
Yeah.
But there is a culture that separates the black man as the African man away from the black man being the East Indian man. There's a culture that separates that. Take this call.
So then,
welcome, Gola. Ask a question, Koki, don't afraid. Welcome, Gola.
Good night.
Yeah,
Good night. Good night, Cascadia.
Yes. Yes, Cascade.
Yes, I want to tell the caller.
I know that was going on up here.
We'll talk about Mugabe.
I know that was going on up
When
here.
when Robert Mugabe come out of the prison as a young lawyer, the first thing he do was to pick up a gun and liberate Zimbabwe from Ian Smith till the liberation, till the white world didn't want Mugabe there no more because they wanted to entrench themselves in the wealth of Africa and still fighting for the wealth of Africa. So does the Roman Catholic Church and the missionaries. Part of it is England, part of it is America, part of it, and who formed themselves the European Union, still have a base inside of Libya today. Little black children across the continent and across the diaspora of the Caribbean is the biggest African population out of Africa that lie down in the Caribbean, and we must stand up for our rights as black people in this diaspora of the Caribbean. Today, I was speaking with a young lady from Fonzaman, an African lady who was belongs to Moruga, the Maroons. He's from the 5th Company. And you know what? She's situated in Fonzaman. You know what she tell me? The white people and the upper class who is living in these big condominiums around St. Anne's area is looking back at the mountain and asking, why they living in them kind of nasty house around we? Imagine that after they leave black people in this condition. And again, I want to pelt a stone. You see a stone that could mash up Rowley. You see the Rowley administration come down from the 1970, from the 1956, when Eric William divide the African and the Indian to control the economy of Trinidad and Tobago, when we fight back and let him liberate and control the resources of the country. The PNM government up to today responsible for mashing up the economy of Trinidad and Tobago. I want all the little black children to understand what is taking place in this country, you know. Is the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, and the little black man, you hear where they're going to make a law now? That if the police across the road beating and deliberately destroying someone, in my view, I can't stand up and tell him, hello, too much force you're using on the youth. You know what my charge is? Obstruction. Imagine democracy step out the doorway. Boy, here walking. Black man, all you have to get up, you know. Black man in this Trinidad and Tobago, all you have to get up, you know, because it has nothing better unless all you rise up for all you. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you, Cascade. So here we doing, Cocky.
Yes.
We're going to take the break, but before we take the break, here we doing.
Yes.
Going forward on this program, we will ask all callers to address your comments, your topic, whatever, to us. We would not allow anymore any cross talk. Let me break it down further. So we're not going to allow someone saying talking to or the caller from Moruga or the caller from Princeton or what that caller said just now from Marval or whatever. Now we're not taking that no more. You have a comment, call and make your comment and leave whoever make the comment. You could comment on what they just commented on, but I don't want the direct intervention in terms of you going direct at a caller. Come through me and I go do the rest. So we take this one before the break.
Yes.
Welcome, caller.
Mr. Victor Robert,
Yes, sir.
as long as you bring in history, you would never come out of slavery. This guy name was King Herod. And you see, when you're keeping that talk, we have to unite. As long as history is coming, we're going to destroy ourselves because we're going to bring anger and hate, and we are dividing it among ourselves again. And that's what Mr. Rowley them is above. And we keep on bringing the slavery to. When you use the word black man, you have no identity. They say it's black and white. The Indians have no identity. They say the Negroes, because you have no identity. You're a black man in the West Indian Island, you're a black man. But when you use the word, I am a Trinidadian, you have an identity. Don't use the word black man, because we have identity. We're born in this land. This land is our land. Have a blessed and wonderful night to one and all.
Yes, break time.
Break time.
Time has come. New 97.5. Make it your choice. Something for everyone. 97.5 FM. Music for you. It's all about you.
New 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
Power to the listeners.
The Grand Coulon Spa Resort at Stonehaven Bay, Blackrock. Bed and breakfast rates available. To book, call 283-2597 or 463-2946. The Grand Coulon Spa Resort at Stonehaven Bay, Blackrock.
This season of Lent, get more options from Royal Castle with their 3 tasty meal specials. Meals made with the freshest fish, seasoned with the castle's appetizing Trini ingredients and cooked to golden perfection. Choose from the fish combo, 2 succulent pieces of fish, 1 side and a 16-ounce soft drink, or the fish sandwich combo of a tender, tasty sandwich, 1 side and a 16-ounce soft drink, or even a flavorful veggie combo option of a sandwich, a side and a 16-ounce soft drink. Get more options from Royal Castle. Our culture, our taste for Lent.
Come to the Waves Restaurant and Bar, Grafton Beach, Blackrock, Tobago. Great ambience, fantastic prices, all COVID protocols observed. Full premium bar available. Call Waves at 731-4646 to make your reservation. Come dine with the Waves Restaurant and Bar, Grafton Beach, Blackrock, Tobago. You must be vaccinated to dine in.
Sport is in trouble. What can be done to save sports in TNT? Join host Gordon Pear on Sports Insight every Monday and Wednesday on MCTV from 4:30 p.m. as he identifies the problems, look for solutions, and points the way forward. Sports Insight, where we talk to the coaches, athletes, administrators, and of course, you, the fans, as we bring positive change through sport.
Eddie's Pharmacy Limited, we have a selection of all pharmaceutical products and over-the-counter drugs to complement your wellness. Every product we carry is vetted and approved by our pharmacists who will be happy to assist you. With branches at C3 Mall inside JTA Supermarket, 1135 SS Erin Road in Pinal, and 54 Rosha Douglas Road in Barrackpore. We offer services such as blood pressure testing, blood sugar testing, cholesterol testing, and also offer a wide variety of pregnancy test kits. We accept most major health insurances. For further information, contact Eddie's Pharmacy at any of our 3 branches. C3 Mall, contact number 228-4990, 54 Rosha Douglas Road in Barrackpore at 654-2655. Or SS Erin Road in Pinal, 647-0778, Eddie's Pharmacy Limited.
Sport is in trouble. What can be done to save sports in TNT? Join host Gordon Pear on Sports Insight every Monday and Wednesday on MCTV from 4:30 p.m. as he identifies the problems, look for solutions, and points the way forward. Sports Insight, where we talk to the coaches, athletes, administrators, and of course, you, the fans, as we bring positive change through sport.
Hi, this is Michael Rutlal, attorney at law. I'm inviting you to join me every Thursday at 5 p.m. on MCTV for the Social Contract. It's a new show where we will be discussing bills that are being debated in Parliament, topical legal issues and recent decisions of our courts, and where we'll be giving general legal advice on issues that affect you, the public. I encourage all of you to continue looking at MCTV, bringing you back to where you belong.
Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Join me, Anthony Jules, on Late Nights with Jules, only on MCTV. New guests every week, activity, games, hot topics, a lot of discussions. You don't want to miss it. Tune in and join me only on MCTV, 9 p.m. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Calling every human.
Sale on doors and vanities. Now on at all Rupnarine showroom locations, Shagwana's, Marbella, Piaco Plaza, and Port of Spain. 15% off. Yes, 15% off on cedar built doors, locks, vanity bases, and facets. Our vanities come in many colors and sizes, built with moisture board and to suit your needs. Don't be left out. Sale ends April 30th. Come into any one of our locations. Shagwana's, Marbella, Piaco Plaza, and Port of Spain. Contact us at 665-7667 or 377-7667. Visit our Facebook page for more details. Rupnarines, leaders in home improvement.
Samkis Bar, located at 107 Southern Main Road, Chase Village, is the place to be. Friday and Saturday night, live DJ with tight security, 24/7 opening hours, Latin and soca night events, cocktails and cutters. Samkis Bar for all your entertainment needs. Located at 107 Southern Main Road, Chase Village. Samkis Bar.
Party after party. After party after party.
107 Southern Main Road, Chase Village.
Fresh Street Market, your neighborhood supermarket.
Number 3 Andrew Lane, corner Churchill Roosevelt Highway and Andrew Lane, Derby, Mousica.
Opening hours.
Saturday 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m.
Sundays 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. When you think about fresh produce and good quality food, come to Fresh Street Market, your neighborhood supermarket.
Number 3 Andrew Lane, corner Churchill Roosevelt Highway and Andrew Lane, Derby, Mousica.
Greeting in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, your chachi, your chacha, your grandpa, your grandma. We need to pray for our nation. God bless you. Thank you.
Need a little motivation to wake you up? Well, join the Glitz and Glamour team Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., where we bring to you interesting, fun, and informative discussions daily. With your double D girl, Halima, and the DJ Ashley. Let us be your wake-up call.
The local Palooza show and countdown. Now showing on MCTV. Hosted by TNT's rock ambassador, Bees Hi-Fi, the metal merchant. See and hear all your favorite local rock bands. Keep it rock. Alive Rhythms Communications Network, Local Palooza Show and Countdown on MCTV. The Local Palooza Show and Countdown. Now showing on MCTV. douglAR Radio is now on U97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, Monday to Friday, 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. with Anil Roberts, bringing you the facts on politics and up-to-date information. Also taking your calls on 218-7762. douglAR Radio on U97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, 6:15 p.m. to 9 p.m. Monday to Friday.
Get ready for the revolution. What you say now?
Sponsored by Royal Castle.
In this month, close to 2 billion Muslims worldwide observe Ramadan, their most holy and beloved month, yet most difficult. 30 days of fasting from food and drink and praying build mental fortitude and closeness to Allah. There is a lesson in their sacrifice, discipline, and faith, a motivation to us all to be resilient and look forward to a brighter day. Just as the hunger of Ramadan ends with the joys of Eid, it is our prayer that the power of this holy month inspire humanity to awaken, to remember God, and to make this world a better place. Ramadan Mubarak to our Islamic community and our nation from your Royal Castle.
No. Top Gear Auto Parts and Repairs, located at Southern Main Road, Couva, opposite the Anglican School. Top Gear specializes in tune-ups, injector cleaning, transmission flush, brakes and suspension repairs, vehicle diagnostics, wheel alignment, balancing, and all general auto maintenance. Call Top Gear on 271-6525. Top Gear, your one-stop shop at Southern Main Road, Couva, opposite the Anglican School.
Yeah, boy! Fast car. I wanna take it to anywhere.
Answered Service Limited at 106 Egypt Main Road, Point Fortin. Specialize in heavy, extra heavy, lifting and also transporting services. Services provided at ASL are but not limited to civil and mechanical engineering, site preparation and earthworks, waste management services for non-hazardous material, land reclamation and land development, asphalt paving, supply of ready-mix concrete. We offer rental of most equipment such as crane, tractors, trucks, excavators, and much more. Happy Eid greetings to you and your family from the management of Answered Services Limited. May the day be a dawn of blessings, love, and peace in your life. Eid Mubarak. Please call us at 648-5777 or 648-2489 or email us at answeredservices@gmail.com. We lead, others follow.
Welcome back. So, Koki, we have a very important topic. This black issue topic.
Boy, you're trying to figure out what it is. This is really going on.
Now you take this one.
Yes.
Welcome, caller.
Hello?
Askiliadi.
Yes.
I want my African people to understand that this government of Cuba help governments to be on the foot in Africa from Angola, Mozambique, Botswana, Namibia, Guinea-Bissau, and the same South Africa, where we in Trinidad has prepared, the Cuban government has prepared the soldiers to bolster all units to fight for liberation of these countries. Today, these countries are being liberated. Eric Williams in the 1970, we formed a to go to Tanzania to the 5th Pan-African Congress to report on the ills of the Caribbean, which black men as leaders was ill-treating black people here. And Eric Williams banned us. He sent home all the men who was on the steering committee. Today, a man by the name, a Jamaican by the name of Carl Blackwood, was the economist of South Africa after Nelson Mandela came out. Rosie Douglas was not a prime minister of the Caribbean. So you see how they mash up the Caribbean, educated young black men who came out of university. The TNM government mash it up so that black people can't see themselves. Today, we in a dilapidated condition in the Caribbean. We must stand up and fight back. Thank you.
Yeah, Koki, shoot.
I'm trying to understand when we say black and when we say these people and all these kind of things we're using. How come? Look at trouble people seeing, people dying. We need water, we need food, we need the road fixed, and there's only black and black and black. And all of us are human beings. What is this black and white and, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, and
What's really going on?
I know exactly what you're saying.
I
Let
don't
me tell you something about our culture.
Yes.
Our culture is a dangerous thing also.
Yeah.
In Trinidad and Tobago, Koki. All right, let me just step out. Let me just step out of Trinidad for now.
Right.
In America, you will see that the African people would refer to themselves in using words like "What's up, my nigger?" and that sort of thing.
Right.
Now, if a white man make that statement,
they want to beat him.
Then they deem the statement
As
racist.
Oh, okay.
Right? But black man to black man, African to African,
Could call it that.
it's cool. It's cool. But if a white man only get up and say, make that statement, it's a different story. Now, in Trinidad and Tobago, we make the same statement in plenty occasions.
You see them Indian and them. And them
Right, but no, I'm talking about
What?
we race for the time being.
Right.
I'm talking about the African race for the time being.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
So while all of us know, all of us is Trinbagonians, all of us color we skin black. There is a separation when the African man will call you a black man. And that is why when Kamla Prasad Bisesa said blank, the PNM took it as offensive, and the PNM supporters stating that she say the black man. Let me take the call. We'll come back to this point.
But doesn't Rowley say black man too?
Yeah, but I'll go and tell you the friends come. Welcome.
Yes. All right.
Hello, good night, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Since the man was given the history about you have documents for people who own estate in Santa Cruz and, other places. I will tell you though, there's a guy who was to write in the TNT Mirror named Keith Shepard. And he wrote about Diego Martin from where you see the arches to enter St. James there. Right down to Rich Plain, Diego Martin belonged to a guy named Gokul Mia. His name was Gokul Mia. He owned that estate. And some trouble take him and his children. And Eric Williams started to share the man land to the people that he brought to vote here from the Caribbean.
Wow.
He take up 3 acres and he gives Sparrow, he gives Kitchener, the man property. He have a children still living in Canada and some in England. Gokul Mia did own that. And the next part of it is that I didn't know until Eastland Moore from Tobago, the lawyer lady, come in Trinidad and Tobago to get deed for land and people in Tobago. They fall for the Calcutta ship talk that they commit to take all the land, and then Indian people come for the land. The land wasn't theirs. Eastland Moore had to come here in Trinidad and only to find out this strong land.
Wow.
None of them don't have no deed. So how the Calcutta ship going to take all the land? But I remember West Indies went to play in South Africa, and during the lunchtime they were showing you where they put the slave. And Nelson Mandela had just came out of prison. And he writes some paper, and I don't know if it's gone, I'll be lying. He was to take that paper and write a book with it. I don't know if the man lived to do it. But in that paper, he talked about how racial black people too is. That's why the leader of black people just use it. And the man from America who said he had the dream, what's his name again?
Martin Luther.
Martin Luther blast them for that. They used to use race to get that, and they're still using it. So I'm glad when all the talk like just now.
Yeah,
but you see, history is there. History is there, and you could go and get it, because I think that should be in the archives from the TNT Mirror, that the Go Martin that belonged to a man named Gokul Mia. Have a nice night, gentlemen.
All right.
Thank you.
So there's a lot of... I think,
And Corky, and that's the point. So, while when Kamla Prasad Bisesa said the blank man, meaning that everything Rowley do, we give them blank was nothing. It was a serious issue on the newspaper and the television house that she said the black man. All right? And they took that to be some kind of racist remark.
Yeah.
All right? So, that is why I'm telling you, you have to understand culture, sometimes the way in which you grow. There is things that really don't mean nothing until the person who shouldn't say it, say it.
All right.
And the person who we deem shouldn't say it is because we deem that person shouldn't say it. You following what I'm saying there? So therefore, when you refer to the black man in Trinidad and Tobago, everybody, little schoolboy will tell you it's the African people you're talking about. Don't tell the little schoolboy. Now, while some people may say, don't say black and don't say this, let me tell you something. Reality is reality. I am not living inside a bubble. I am living outside the bubble. Who want to remain inside the bubble and feel that you shouldn't say black and shouldn't say this, then that's their opinion. And just as I respect their opinion, they have to respect mine. The Prime Minister of this country, to activate the forces of the PNM, those are the terms that is being used to activate them. And whether you want to say it or you don't want to say it, that is what activate them. When Rowley spoke about I am a proud black man, you figure he was talking to himself? He wasn't talking about himself. He was talking to every African man. That is who he was talking to. So the person who feel that don't say this or don't say that, let me tell you something. You have to be able to show the same black people that Rowley and the PNM used to stay in power. You have to be able to show them that they are being used by a next black man. That is the reality. That is the reality. Jump high, jump low, that is what it is. Because let me tell you something.
So then the Indian people in the PNM government, what is the position? He using them or trying to look good or what? Explain me that.
And that is why I say Kazim Hussein and Rohan Sinanan and Dial Singh and all of them. I just say they have no shame. Because if they have shame, you will never sit down and listen to a prime minister, you being part of that government, and the same government that you are being part of, sit down, stand up, and criticize and lambash your race.
Yeah.
You hear what I just said there? And they are comfortable with that. I'm going to tell you why. You know why these people are comfortable with that? Because they benefit. Let me tell you something. Stalin sing a song. Is Stalin? Who sing Black Man Don't Care What Race You're From?
Yeah.
Black man don't care who from country. Black man don't care who from tongue. Let me tell you something. The people who benefit from the PNM government, they don't care if Rowley cuss Indian people to the face. You hear what I just tell you? The people who benefit from the PNM, they don't care if Rowley... All right. We saw a video on social media which alleged A.V. Drilling bash saying, Rowley, I love all you. I love all the nigga boy. It's on social media a day.
Does this thing happen because he allow African people to do a certain amount of things and get away with things like the weed trees.
No, wait,
is
hold
it
on
something
there.
like that?
Let me clear this point.
Yeah.
So he make that statement, and he want to take Rowley and Stuart Young in the mud and whatever.
Yeah.
You think Rowley vexed with that statement because he used that word? You feel Rowley vexed with that statement? Rowley don't vex with that statement. That man is a PNM financier. So Rowley vex, he could call him A, he could call him M, N, O, P, Q, R. He could call Rowley
So then
anything.
you only use what you say for a certain time to gain.
So here what he say. Allegedly. You think nigga could whine? And he started to whine, but he went further. He said, watch how the good leaders whine. And he whined. The point I'm making is, at that point in time, Corky, he is a financier of the PNM. They don't care what he say. Hold up there.
Right.
Let Kamala, I'm going to show you something.
Yes.
Let Kamala go on a platform and say the same thing he say.
Right.
And you will see how the media, how the print media, how the people in this country, how the African man, how everybody break up, tear up, mash up the place. If Kamala use the same words.
So what is that there? Why
one? I just tell you.
Yeah.
This man is a financier of the PNM. Kamla Prasad Bisesa is fighting against the policies of the PNM. The policies that Kamla Prasad Bisesa fighting against, take this call, Amber.
So then the politicians always use race.
That is what I'm telling you. Welcome, caller.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, caller, welcome.
Welcome. Can I speak to Mr. Robert?
Speaking.
No, I'm watching and I ain't seeing him. Mr. Robert?
Yes, sir.
You're one of the smartest human beings I've ever heard. And now watching your program, they after Anil, eh?
Yeah.
and I am of East Indian descent. I know here in a program here with you now. I think it's live, I ain't sure. But here now.
It's live.
Yeah, you talking some kind of sense there, boy.
Yes.
But you know, Morgan Job tried that.
Yeah,
and he couldn't. He couldn't get through. He couldn't get through because they believe in what they were taught from Eric Williams' days. Now, boy. You understand? I don't know, boy. I don't know. We're going on a slippery slope.
We go come out, caller. Don't worry. The
Yes.
youths smarter than we think.
Yeah.
Thank you, caller. Thank you, caller.
Serious topic, boy.
So,
Yes.
Corky.
Yes.
If Kamala use the same words.
Right. Just as you was telling me in
Just
America.
as how Bash. No,
Yeah.
I'm talking about what Bash
caller
take it.
Yeah.
Allegedly said about Rowley and Stuart Young.
Right.
Welcome, caller.
Mr. Victor Robert.
Yes, sir.
You see, asking you this question, what is the capital of Trinidad?
Capital?
What has been?
Everybody know that. So
No, but when you're saying it, the port of Spain. So if Spain come back for the port, what we going to do? Look at the Amerindians' land. We build a reservation and we put them. And for land, what did they do? People barter these people, and they don't correspond. And what they give the people in Arima, 25 acres of land? Why we cannot understand ourselves that each and every creed and race have an equal place in this land. And one thing, when an African says something, and any other race say word to word, you just hear who is the racist, not the African, always the other race. Have a blessed and wonderful night, sir.
And you're correct. And you're correct. And that is the same thing I'm saying. If Kamla Prasad Bisesa used the exact words, because every Bash is an Indian, and he used the words. But if Kamla, take the call, if Kamla used the same words, the country mash up.
Yeah.
Welcome, caller.
Hello, good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Is this Victor Howard?
Yes, sir.
How are we going?
Good, good, good.
Yeah, we talking about racism today.
We're talking about many things today.
Trying to figure out certain things because this is one of the main things you keep hearing politicians saying every time. Black war,
Right.
black. Yeah, so we're trying to figure out why did us use that and how did us use that? What's going on?
Well, let's look at the history. What happened?
Give
the
us.
PNM was formed in 1956. And Dr. Eric Williams, being a mixed race young man, took over the PNM and started coming together forward with our politics. And he had to separate the people. Now, he represented the Caribbean businessmen that came and established themselves, the big business. And that is what the PNM has always been about. They represented the big business from the Caribbean immigrant business that came into Trinidad. And Dr. Eric Williams needed to separate oil and sugar, the WFP, which was his competition.
Right.
And that he did successfully when he separated the oil and sugar to get with Butler and Badis, Maraj and these fellas, and Capildeo and all of that. So we had the WFP splitting up and forming separate oppositions. And once you keep the opposition separated and divided with race, religion, and Hindu and Muslim and all the rest of stuff,
They would always succeed.
you will always be in control. And Dr. Eric Williams took control of Trinidad and Tobago from 1956 to 1986 through many oil booms, and we were bankrupt in 1986. We were bankrupt.
Yeah.
Why? Who are we going to blame for that? Kamala? Who are we going to blame for that? Who caused us to be bankrupt after many oil booms, successive oil booms, between 1956 and 1986? Who caused us to be bankrupt? Who? Was it Kamala?
Yeah.
Was it the opposition? And then when we were bankrupt and we voted them out in 1986 and we had a coalition government with which was the NAR, there was fragmentation again in that government. Why? Because the media, controlled by the big business, the media is controlled by the big business. They instigated racism and infighting. And because there was corruption in the entire public service, we can't deny that.
Yeah, correct.
There is corruption in the entire public service, and everybody in Parliament, every 5 minutes, PNM did talk about life sport. Life sport was corrupted. It was a good policy. It was a good program that was corrupted by the public service.
Yes, yes, yes.
It was corrupted. It was a good program. Why did they corrupt that program? Because that program would have helped the African youth who plays sports in Trinidad and Tobago, who excels in sports, not PNM voters.
Yeah.
And the PP government instituted a program and poured millions, yes, millions were lost, poured into it to educate black people and to go in a direction that will help the youth in Lavantil and Beetham and Morvan and Carnage and Never Dirty and all the rest of the places. True or false?
Go ahead, caller. Go ahead. I wish you could talk for the rest of the program so these people could be educated.
Kuma, talk about the oil and the sugar, Kuma.
Don't call me name on your radio, boy.
All right, sorry.
Go ahead, caller.
I just make out voices well,
Remember I told you. That's why I don't talk. You ask me why I don't talk. That's why I don't talk. Because people recognize my voice.
No, but caller, you make your contribution because let me tell you something. People need to hear the history so that we could understand why we are where we are today. And that is why this subject is of utmost importance.
I want to find out, is it that's why the PM always say, great is the PNM because of that, what they do?
But that statement in itself, this is PNM country. That is a ridiculous statement that tells you something. It says something that tells us something that could be misconstrued to be a racist statement. What are you saying when you say this is PNM country?
Yeah.
How could you say something like that? You are telling the entire nation that we own Trinidad and Tobago. That's what you're telling us.
My gosh.
And this is not PNM country. This is Trinidad and Tobago. This is our country. All the Indian people, all the Chinese people, all the African people. Trinidad and Tobago and the PNM was controlled by the PNM, and the PNM represents big business. Why are all the PNM constituencies, the PNM grassroots? Dr. Rowley said it. He said Africans not doing well. Why after 66 years of PNM, Africans not doing well?
But
why
that statement of itself, coming from the leader of the country, it sends the wrong connotation, the wrong idea to the population. Just that statement by itself, separating, because there is so many East Indian people who also not doing well.
Of course, of course.
When done all this time, they know why they're not doing well because of those things they said
But
from
he
way back.
also know why he's using the term.
Because people...
Of course, he does it to motivate a certain amount of emotion in the grassroots voters. It's to make them believe, blame somebody, blame Kamala. Africans are not doing well, so who are we going to blame?
Right, right.
Who are we going to blame? But if you are in government, your party, PNM, was in government for 55 out of 66 years, and the people you claim to represent are not doing well.
Yes.
Whose fault
That
is
speaks
it?
for itself.
That alone speaks for itself. And you had the first 30 consecutive years. What did you do in those 30 years that made us bankrupt? That still had the same African people that you're feeling sorry for now, that you're crying about and saying that they're not doing well. Were they better off after your first 30 years?
And Kola,
the culture that happened in Trinidad and Tobago was simple.
and
When
Kola,
the pe-
that is my message to the same African people that believe that this government care about them. I am merely pointing out the facts as it is
Of
to
course,
show
of course.
the African man the situation.
Of course, Labre, your constituency has always been PNM. How many times Labre wasn't PNM? Twice?
Once in 1986.
In 1986.
Yeah,
Once. Why is Labre
In that
still
condition.
in the condition that it's in? Why? Why is Siparia different? Why is Westmoreland different? Why is Southeast Port of Spain still poor and Labre still poor and Moruga still poor? Why? Why we getting water? Why we getting water 3 times for the month and 5 times for the month, but in Westmoreland and in Glencoe getting water every day, 24/7? Why? And we paying the same water rate?
Do you know why?
Because it was planned that way. They have to give Massa first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct. Kola, I want you to take my number.
I have your number, brother. I have your number, brother.
So call me. We have some talk to talk, because I always like a intelligent conversation.
Yes.
I always like a
like to
conversation that I could learn from, and that could also enhance my ability as I continue this discourse. So I really appreciate your brilliance in the way in which that you speak, and I think that it will help the African man to see. Now, some people have a problem by me using the term.
Yes.
But you see, the reality of things, this is the term that the PNM use to stimulate and to activate the African people in the country.
No, I just use an example on a chat. Singing Sandra sang a song, Voices from the Ghetto, a brilliant song. I love this song.
Yes.
And Philip started using the song. He followed me.
I could tell you something, Kola.
Uh-huh.
You know, that is the song I was playing when I was shot in 2016 on the motorcade.
Boy.
That was my
listen,
campaign song, you know.
Every time I listen to that song, tears come to my eye, brother. Every time I listen and look at talking about it, and I feeling the hair on the behind the head raising up.
Yeah, it's a big song.
That is a big, big, big song. And the very first time she sang it back in 1999, she sang "The Sun Is Rising Over the Hills."
Correct.
Yes, yes, yes.
She sang that. She sang that in 1999. And if you listen to all the words in that song, what changed from 1999 till now? What changed? Nothing changed. Everything she spoke about in that song still exists. Why it didn't change? Why? We don't listen to these songs. Calypsonians have been singing these songs. Chalky sings some great ones too. Back in from 1970 and 1980. They had some great calypsos that were singing about the same pains that she sang about in these songs, in Voices from the Ghetto. And if, I said it, if I go in Skinner Park and sing Voices from the Ghetto, people will pelt me with big stone, they go kill me on the stage. They will call me a racist. They will call me a racist. But they will clap and applaud singing Sandra. And they will say, but you shouldn't sing that song, boy.
Exactly.
Or you could sing a song like that.
Cookie, not why. It's the same thing. If Kamla make mention and use the same words that A.V. Drilling use, it will have a ruction in this country.
It will have a riot.
It will have a riot. That
It will
is
have a
reality.
riot.
Understand
And
these
and
things.
that doesn't make me a racist for liking that song or singing that song or even writing that song. I am speaking the truth. That is what I see. I don't have to live in the ghetto in Laventille.
Yeah.
I grew up in Dog Patch.
Yeah.
I went to school in Dog Patch.
And for who don't know where dog patch is, that is penal.
Penal.
Who going to tell them where I live in now?
So I want them to know that we come from the areas that we could attest to what we're saying because we grew up with no bed of roses.
No, this is what I want the people to know too. The racism that you see in the East-West corridor is different from the racism that you see in South.
Correct.
We live in harmony in South, Africans and Indians.
Yeah.
We live in harmony in South. And what we call in racism in the North and the East-West corridor is not racism. It is the animosity that exists between locals and immigrants. Because in the East-West corridor, the PNM brought in voter padders who were immigrants just like the Venezuelan, and the animosity that exists presently between the locals and the Venis, that animosity existed in the 50s and 60s and 70s between the Trinidadians and the people who come by boat.
Will this ever stop, or what can we do to stop this trend?
We have to. Morgan Freeman said it nicely. I will share. There's a video online on YouTube. Morgan Freeman said, if we stop talking about racism and we stop talking about Black Lives Matter, it will stop. If you stop, if I stop calling you a black man and you stop calling me an Indian, that will stop. I have family. My niece is an African. She's a Jamaican. My niece.
Yes.
Oh, you could call me a racist.
So could we ask the politicians first to stop doing it, and then everybody else will stop?
We have to stop, brother. Change starts with you.
All right.
With me.
Correct.
We have to stop. Not the we don't have to ask
So
anybody.
from today
We
on,
have to.
Victor, we could stop saying that, or would it come up?
No, it's not that we stop. We get the message across to the entire world, because it's the world, to stop talking race. Let's talk about we, who we are as people. We're all equals in God's eyes. When we partying and we liming and we in the oval and we in a carnival band and Juve morning, and we just lime and party together and cook duck and lime.
Yes.
All by the
But why
river.
we can't be that for politics too? And why we can't be that for national issues?
And that
Why?
is where it come in, only for national and political issues. That is the only time it come in,
But that is the only time we just start this foolishness.
Yeah.
And it's the politicians, who benefits from it? Who benefited for it for 30 years? And it's the PNM. And guess what? Who benefits from the PNM in government?
People suffer because of that.
No. Did Africans and Indians benefit? You were just talking about
The financiers, the big business, and the politicians.
That is why it is in their interest to keep that narrative, to keep talking about it, to keep us divided. That is what Eric Williams did. That was his strategy. That was his strategy to rule Trinidad for 30 consecutive years.
Okay.
That's how he did it. And they're doing it today. He's probably come and doing it today.
Okay, so
Thank you very much, caller.
Yes,
and
we'd like to
remember
talk
to
some
give me a call.
Yes.
I don't want to take up your whole life.
I want to have some
All right,
documentation.
so give me a call and we will talk.
All right.
No, Victor,
Okay.
Thanks very much.
This
for your
caller
talk.
has been doing a very, very, very good work. This man's contribution to Trinidad and Tobago is magnanimous. And I go tell you, caller, keep up the good work. You just meet good people.
Give me a tune.
Oh, yes,
Give me
yes,
a
yes.
tune. I
yes.
want that tune.
something-
Caller, this song is for you.
Just for you. Special.
Give me a tune.
The sun rises slowly over the hills. Everywhere is golden sunlight, but still, most nights with hotels are crowded. There are days where dark clouds are shrouded. They don't smile and they never will. Only volunteers get their fill. Empty promises is what they hear. No running water from year to year. Hearts that no one desire. That if there is a Messiah, someday he hear their whispered prayer. Covered always bare and scanty. 10 people in a one-bedroom shanty. Forced to sell on the pavement. No vacancy, no employment. Kettle firecracker from gunshot. Blood does flow when things get hot. Afraid to look out the window to hear voices from the ghetto. Crying, 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 Lord, Lord, crying, crying. Voices from the ghetto. Crying, 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 Lord, Lord, crying. Voices from the ghetto. Help us, Father. Oh, Lord. Mothers just hold their head and ball. And them woman stronger than a wall. A big pusher eyeing she daughter. Son in jail for manslaughter. Too bad for the clear them bad boys. No bail, that's the black man's choice. Like Shadow say, poverty is hell. She little girl child belly start to swell. Some say life is a cycle, but don't draw she no circle. Where will it all end? Only time will tell. Outside the siren keep howling, inside your belly will growling. Police raid very often, Simpson measuring a coffin. One night in bed you're sleeping, next night is a wake that you're keeping. So you're praying to win the lotto, not to hear voices from the ghetto. Crying, 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 crying. Voices from the ghetto. Crying, Lord, crying, hear them pleading. Crying, voices from the ghetto. A hand to us, we are not a forgotten forgotten people. Yo. With dented pride they soldier on. Revolutions get politicians born. And often their tragic story brings a journalist glory. No wonder they view the world with scorn. From since the day they born, some call them rebels without a cause. These social victims of unjust laws, but yet they christen the heroes, renegades, desperados, forever.
Great song, great song.
Yes, Scholar, we appreciate your contribution tonight, and remember to call me.
Good talk, good talk.
Yeah. And Koki, this is what we had to get the people to understand. We had to get them to understand, yes, that we are one country, that we are one people. But in order to get that job done, it is not like a magic wand to say that you could wave the one here, whoop, and everybody forget about who is black man, who is Indian. It take a teaching, Koki. It take a education. It takes a different type of culture. And that was one of the things that I was hoping people see throughout 2010 and 2015 when Kamla Prasad Bisesa led the coalition government, because there was a mixture of, a matter of fact, that could have been determined like a national party.
Yeah.
Because it was a mixture of, everybody was inside a mix there. Right? Everybody was inside a mix. And I was hoping that coming out of that people would have learned, because the partnership, it wasn't to say it wasn't an Indian party.
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't an Indian party. It come like the radio station. It was multicultural inside of there. You understand? Different ethnic background, different ideology, different people was involved. And coming out of that, people should have a IQ to see that, look, you know, this thing could really work. It doesn't have to be dominance on any side. This thing could work. So why can't the African people support the UNC? Why? It is simply because of the seed that was sown in the minds of the people, that party is not all your party. That's from the PNM standpoint, they paint the picture of that is a alien party. That is not your people. That is the narrative that went out into the minds of the people. So when people hear the UNC, automatically, by the time they hear you ain't even have to finish the rest. They don't put up a resentment already.
Yeah.
You understand? Because when I was campaigning in Labre, Corky, I say it already, there is people who I go to church with, who I sit with, people who will hug you and shake your hand, people who will call you brother, people who will express all kind of love to you. And I'm speaking about the agape, eh? Right? Now to make it clear.
The agape love.
Yeah, the agape love. And when I was campaigning, and we passed through certain areas, and I saw those ladies, some of the people who were walking with me, they were running in front to go to ask them for their support for me. And I stopped them guys. I say, hey, y'all don't go there, boy. Don't go there. That is, I say, them vote in the bag. Corky, when I reach by these sisters, you know them sisters tell me? Them sisters tell me, sorry, but we doesn't support that kind. You hear what I'm telling you? And I'm talking about people who I was going to church with, Corky.
Yes,
A matter of fact, let me make it clear. One of the sister's son is a preacher.
Okay.
You hear what I'm telling you, Corky? One of the sister's son is a preacher. And that sister tell me, wrong party, boy, we don't support that kind.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm telling you?
Yes.
Up to today, my children, they just remember that. And let me tell you what that caused. That caused a kind of resentment.
Yes.
It caused a resentment even with me to a point.
Yeah.
Because I was in a, I tell you, I was in shock alone, I was embarrassed.
Yeah.
I was embarrassed because I telling the people who walking with me and taking names, why them guys going in front, I said, nah, we just go to the same church, I Mrs. Says and them. Only when they reached there, and one of the lady asked, could I have your name? And she said to me, we don't support that kind. You hear what I'm telling you, brother? And I'm saying that to say this.
Yeah.
I'm saying that to say this. This is a problem that would not go away overnight.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a problem where we have to educate the youth to make the difference. You ain't going and change no season individual who grow all the years worshiping that idol to come today and change it and say PNM is an idol. That ain't go work. You have to educate the youth. They are the ones you have to point out. You have to put them side by side. Line them up. We're talking about color. We're talking about race. Line them up. Put them alongside their own. And point out. Show them. Show them the facts. The facts is there.
That's where it is.
That's where it is. So the youth now, you have to be able to show the youth and let the youth go, okay, all right. This is what was taught to us.
Yeah.
We were taught that this is ours. Right? That's the reality, you know. We were taught that this is ours. We were taught that we have to support this. We must be able to line up the youth side by side. You line up a Nissan with a Nissan, and then you must show.
The difference.
Yeah, put the Toyota across the road there. And you have to be able to tell them, hey, come across and take a ride in this Toyota and see if the ride is not different from what you are accustomed to in this Nissan. You understand? We have to bring it real. I know some people wouldn't like it, some people can't take it, but I always say, you can't take it, turn your radio off because you can't turn me off. I always say that, Corky. But we have to be able to bring it real. We have to be able to prove to the young people that they cannot continue in the trend of their parents. And there's only one way to do that. You can't come here and talk aeroplane and helicopter to them, you know. You can't talk boat and submarine, you know.
Yeah.
You have to give them the facts like it is. You have to give them reality. You have to tell them this is what it is. And we want to ask you if you are comfortable with this. But at the same time, we must be able to show them what is there on the other side.
Yeah. Right. Yes, for real.
And that is of utmost importance. It's not just about telling them the PNM wicked and the PNM and good and the PNM racial. And it's not about that. While that is part of the learning process, on the other hand, you have to be able to show the youth what is also there for them. Because you see, if you are accustomed living with nothing, you just can't come and tell me, boy, you're living with nothing for all these years and you know that. You're telling me that, right? That make no sense to me.
Me want to hear you.
Yeah, you only telling me that. But you have to show me, if you're telling me I live with nothing, then you have to show me what something is.
Yeah. Yes.
You have to show me what something is. And this is one of the critical step that we had to move into. This is one of the phases that we had to move into, Corky. We must be able to start to point the youth to a direction. Look, this is what we're going to do. You know, I call sometime and say that they're not hearing enough from the UNC. And when the caller said that, I was looking at the text messages coming in, and some people say, caller, you're deaf and like you ain't watching, and like you're blind and you ain't seeing, and blah 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 blah. Right? That is not the issue. If the caller is saying that enough is not being said as to what the UNC proposed to do, is not just about telling the caller, go up on the UNC website and go up and see this. No. There have and must be a forum that will disseminate this information on a regular basis to help those who not privy to the information to get the information. Now we have 1 minute. A caller called a couple times well, and he said, Mr. Roberts, start to print pamphlets, start to put it out there, start to put it, and while people laughing and say he mad, I laugh in my mind and I say, well, caller, I don't have the finance to do it. And now I tell you that, I say it in my mind. I say, caller, it's a very good idea, but I don't have the finance to do it.
Tell them join the workers' rights.
You understand?
868 YouTube.
Right. So, but that's a brilliant idea. Get the message out there. This is what, and don't get the message out there, okay, I know we time going. Don't get the message out there from the top level. The top level can win an election. To win the election is the ground. We had to get the message on the ground, and we had to formulate the what is of necessity to get the message on the ground. All right, so we got to leave it here at this point, but hopefully we may very well continue this tomorrow, please God. But thanks for all the contribution. Thanks to those who call in. Thanks for those who listen. Thanks to those who grasp something from what was said here tonight.
Yes.
And we do trust and hope that to the end of the day, we will be able to be in a better place tomorrow.
Yes.
God bless. Good night.
Great
We
show.
out.
Great show. Yes.